Watford ended the three-game losing streak with a dominant performance and a deserved victory against West Ham United. Will Hughes put Watford ahead early in the first half and Richarlison made it to midway through the second period. Gomes did produce a couple of wonderful saves to keep Watford ahead before halftime, but it was a performance similar to the displays at Bournemouth and Southampton and suggests the recent defeats were a blip rather than the start of a decline. Here are our talking points from the game. Gomes heroics. After keeping 3 clean sheets in the first 4 games of the Premier League season, Watford's defence had become somewhat leaky. They conceded 18 goals in the next 7 games, including 6 against Manchester City, 4 against Chelsea and 3 at Everton. But yesterday they made sure it was not 8 games without a clean sheet, and they had Gomes to thank for that. The Brazilian made 3 top-class saves, one of them was arguably world-class, to make sure the Hornets went into the break 1 goal up. His first action was to rush off his line and dive low to his right to push a Czech shot round the post. But the double save from Marko Arnautovic was the really memorable moment. The Austrian's header wrong-footed Gomes. He managed to stick a hand out and claw it away, only for it to fall at the feet of Arnautovic, who seemingly had to score. But Gomes managed to deny him for a second time with his leg, flinging it up in the air while still on the floor to preserve Watford's lead. After the nightmare debut Orestes Karnazes endured 2 weeks ago, it was another reminder why Gomes is still Watford's No. 1. A mention for Joe Hart, 2, who produced a save of similar quality to keep out an Adrian Mariappa header in the second half. Debutant shines. One name Watford fans did not expect to see on the team sheet prior to kick-off was Marvin Ziegelaar. The 27-year-old had not featured for the first team since signing from Sporting Lisbon on deadline day as cover for Jose Holebas. He had played for the U23s and in some behind-closed-doors friendlies, but did not appear to be close to breaking into the side. Jose Holebas' difficult day at Goodison Park saw the door open for Ziegelaar, and he certainly took his chance against West Ham United. There was plenty of space for Watford to exploit down both flanks, and Ziegelaar got forward regularly, producing some good deliveries from the left. Defensively he was strong and up for the battle, as his clash with Andy Carroll showed. Jose Holebas has been a virtual ever-present since the start of last season, but he faces a battle to win his spot in the team back on the basis of this performance. Will Hughes man of the match? There will have been plenty of neutrals watching the game on Sky Sports questioning why Will Hughes was making only his second start of the season. The 22-year-old was named as Sky Sports man of the match. He gave Watford the lead with a calm finish in the area and played Richarlison through for Watford's second. Throughout the game, just as he was for the first hour at Everton, Hughes was involved in almost everything good that the Hornets did. He was always happy to receive the ball and take responsibility for creating chances. The 5 chances he did create is the most of any Watford player in a game this season, and linked up well with those around him. Silva said that the patience they showed with Hughes is now being rewarded, and that is a fair assessment. He has had plenty of time away from the spotlight and pressure of games to get used to Watford's style, prepare himself for the pace of the Premier League, and now, much like Ziegelaar, he has grabbed his chance with both hands. Bench. Whilst some were unsure of Watford's side pre-game, one thing that was certain was the strength of the bench. It was a real showcase of the quality Watford and Marco Silva now have at their disposal. Roberto Pereira, Andre Carrillo, Jose Holebas, Sebastian Prödl, Stefano Okaka and Etienne Capoue were the outfield players on the bench. All of them could play every week for Watford if they were at the top of their game. And there were a number of Watford players who, for different reasons, were not even in the squad. Troy Deeney, suspended. Nathaniel Chalobah, injured. Isaac Success, injured. Yunus Kabul, injured. Craig Cathcart, injured. And Daryl Janmaat, dropped. There are so many options for Silva to consider every week now, which is certainly a good thing. Each of them offers something different too, and when everyone is available, Watford are undoubtedly a top 10 side.